Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Better Than Food Book Reviews. 1,000 subscribers and counting. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it. Please stick around. There's much more to come. It's just going to get better from here. All right. How's it sounding on that end? I'm trying a new microphone here. We're going to see how this goes. Anyways. Okay. Trying to get in the talkative mood and just kind of woke up recently, sort of. Words. What did that? So. Coffee does help with that. The girls at the coffee shop told me this morning that the last time I came in there to get an iced coffee, they actually had just filled up the cup by accident with cold brew concentrate, pure toddy concentrate, which for any normal human being would have been catastrophically caffeinating, probably rendering them in the hospital. For me, I didn't even notice, and that's probably a bad sign, but you know. Unimportant. Anyways, today Umberto Eco's The Name of the Rose. This is a long overdue Gothic classic, essential reading for everyone. A true pleasure to soak in and just enjoy the journey, although I will admit maybe in the colder seasons. But regardless of when you read it, this is one of the absolute best, and you'd really be hard-pressed to find a better way to spend your time, period. Umberto Eco is an Italian author, philosopher, essayist, and semiotician, meaning he studies the meaning of symbols. The mystery and meaning of symbols permeates The Name of the Rose like hot blood and soft linen. This is a murder mystery, but that's the least important thing about it. It's not what the book is about, it's about how it's about it. And I guarantee you've never read anything like this. The setting is an Italian abbey in the 14th century, the year 1327. Our main character, William of Baskerville, is called to this abbey for a theological discussion or a debate. He brings along with him his trusty novice, Adzo. When they arrive at the abbey, all of these monks are very concerned because there's been a suicide of one of the monks, and then others start turning up dead. The thing you have to know about William is he is an exceptionally smart individual with a real, scathingly perfect penchant for logic and rationality. He has an incredible ability to solve complex puzzles, he's extremely articulate, and he's one hell of a well-read man. William and Adzo begin to realize that there is something hidden in the abbey. There's something going on at night. There are things in the shadows. There's an ancient labyrinthine library which is explicitly off limits. And somehow all of this is related to the Inquisition. But who is pulling the strings and how? We don't know. There are literary references everywhere in this novel, which is what makes it one of the greatest books to read. Umberto Eco was fascinated by the connectedness, historically, of all literature, and it's summed up perfectly when William is in the library, in this little passage. Until then, I had thought each book spoke of the things, human or divine, that lie outside books. Now I realized that not infrequently books speak of books. It is as if they spoke among themselves. In the light of this reflection, the library seemed all the more disturbing to me. It was then the place of a long centuries-old murmuring, an imperceptible dialogue between one parchment and another. A living thing, a receptacle of powers not to be ruled by a human mind, a treasure of secrets emanated by many minds, surviving the death of those who had produced them or had been their conveyors. To say something that a friend of mine says all the time, isn't that fucking great? Even the character William of Baskerville is an obvious literary reference to Sherlock Holmes, Hound of the Baskervilles, and also to William Ockham, another Franciscan friar. The blind librarian who watches all of the books is named Jorge of Burgos, which is an obvious reference to Jorge Luis Borges, who was a massive influence on Eco. So you're waiting throughout the book for these earth-shattering pearls of wisdom that William will just drop from time to time. And as well as the rich, dense character design of everyone in the book. You can smell the pig's blood being stirred in the barrels, and you can feel the dark, cold weather and the wet, musty stone of the abbey. Philosophy and heresy and books about books about books. Yeah. That's a good book. The plot, there's a lot of twists and turns that lead to nowhere, and it can get complicated. But even if you weren't trying to get truly nitty-gritty about understanding each and every reference and meaning of the symbols, none of the pleasure is diminished. It's a book to read again and again and again for the rest of your life. Books are not made to be believed, but to be subjected to inquiry. When we consider a book, we mustn't ask ourselves what it says, but what it means. Far better than food. Alright, I said there would be a surprise after 1,000 subscribers. I did not lie. I'm going to start a new channel. It's going to be called Film is Better Than Food. It's film reviews. There will be all kinds of stuff on there from all throughout ever. So please look out for that. Also, please subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom. Subscribe to the new channel when it gets launched here in a little bit, and I hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for making this happen. This is really reinforcing my idea that there was an audience for this, and you guys have just come out of the woodwork and been incredibly supportive. So this has been an overwhelmingly positive response, and of course, I'm done kissing your ass. Thanks for sticking around. I have more book suggestions than I know what to do with. I'll be reading till I'm dead now. So always remember what Mr. John Waters said. If you go home with someone and they don't have books about 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 books, don't fuck them. Have a great day. See you soon.